So yeah, that's good to know. So yeah, the second beta that came out at the same time as FGC is known to do, Smitty, Avatar Legends, and this beta, it's actually a closed alpha, not even a beta. So this one though had a totally different reaction, it seemed like, from the FGC. People seem to love it. It's a four-button fighter: light, medium, heavy, and flow button. And this game, I believe, had about four characters in the alpha test, and it looked amazing. Before I get into my, critique of it, what did you think from seeing some of the clips, or did you even get to see any clips?
Yeah, I watched it. I was watching everything. So I'm watching, and the negative that people say online is the game artistically doesn't look good, right? But I like the look. It looks
Really? I
like
didn't
the
hear that. I thought that
cartoon.
was
Yeah,
great.
that's
I'm
the
sorry.
number one complaint. That's
Oh
the
boy.
only actual complaint is the
Yeah.
look of the game. Again, you're comparing it to like all these other beautiful games, a different art
It's
style.
hand drawn though.
Yeah,
Hand drawn.
it
I love it.
looks like the cartoon to me. It looks like you'd
Yeah.
be watching a cartoon, and then watching the gameplay. There's a lot going on. They're
It's a
moving, they're
lot.
jumping. I was watching this Maximilian. He was fighting another Korra. That man was
Yep.
playing the hell of this game, by the way.
Yep.
And they were moving, and it was so much going on. I was like, okay, this is a game that's gonna be for like the thinking FGC player, where it's just not walk you down, beat you
Right.
up in the corner. This is going to be a game where you're going to have a really decent, solid game plan coming in. You're going to have movement. A lot of positive coming out of this alpha, a lot of positivity. And that's where I would tell them don't do a beta. Ride this positivity to the game's release. Put some clips out there, put some characters. Don't do another don't do a beta. Like me, you talked about this. Don't do a beta because that's when the negativity is going to come. The second beta, look at 2XKO, second beta negativity, Marvel Token, second beta negativity, technically multiverses, this negativity. Don't do another one. Ride the wave of good faith. Just release characters, game like their trailers, and then put the game out. Don't do another. If you do another one, it gives people too much time to be the internet and hate on your game.
Agree with everything you said. They need to ride the wave. The game got massive, massive public, positivity, massive thumbs up from the FGC and people who played it. Like you said, the game seems to be high level thinking, quick, fast, high level, movement, all of that. And yeah, a second beta, no, not at all,
No, no,
because there is no way they can match the positive uh, critique that they got from this. There's no way.
and
There's no way. People will say this is not as good as the first beta. They
yeah,
changed too much. Why do they do this? And then what going into release, I don't think I would play
yeah, game's
that
dead
that
at that
that
point.
way. Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
that's the problem with the internet. I mean, you've talked about this is especially with fighting games. You only get well, Street Fighter V released really bad and became a better game by the end of
right.
it, but people still consider it a bad game. It got
They do.
years to get better, but it was never considered good because they only talk about the launch, the launch, the launch, the launch. So Street Fighter 6 launches amazingly, and then
Amazing.
now there's no content, which is not true in the end to me,
No.
but they so for Avatar you're already up against the grain. So, you're already probably you're not gonna get in that top tier. You're not gonna be in the second tier. You're gonna be in the lower tier of fighting games. But you want to release really well. and you're probably going to charge for this game. So that's going to probably another handicap of you is you're going to be charging $30 to $60 for the game. I wouldn't do another. There's no point for you to do another beta.
Especially being a smaller studio.
Yeah.
You need as much positive critiques as possible. You need to ride that wave. You cannot, basically have any slip ups or any negative, backlash.
You don't want any of that.
Like that. None. Because what you need, if you're in that game, you're going to be able to cult following.
Yes.
That's as good as you. A cult following of people like Guilty Gear. That's what your goal should be: is to have a hardcore cult following like Guilty Gear.
Like Guilty Gear's got a high level cult following. Like they're out there. There's a lot of them. What you're hoping, I feel like you're hoping for like under ninth, ain't that what it's called?
Under ninth.
You're looking for
ninth.
that. You're looking for the Grand Blue. You're looking for a following like that where you're on their level. They're not
right.
They're known, but they're not up there. You're kind of looking for, if you can get to Fatal Fury, where you get 30 years out of it, that's the type of cult following. You want that SNK cult following. We support SNK, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Again, you're up against some very tough competition. You got two
XKO.
And
you can't be realistic. You cannot be unrealistic about your expectations.
No.
Like you said, 2 XKO.
Got Marvel
Tokon,
Invincible,
and you got Invincible. Those games are coming out, and then the one that we're all waiting for to see some more is still out there, Virtual Fighter 6.
Yeah,
we still don't know.
Still got that.
Still got that.
And there's still the one crossover, biggest appeal, the game that everybody's waiting for. GTA still sitting there. Like, don't release nowhere near them.
Yeah. Right.
You're kind of crunching when you can release. You got to see when the other games is releasing, and you can't,
No, you're exactly right. They have to come out and have at least a month of Shana. That's your goal. That's all you're ever going to get with a game like this.
That's it.
You're going to get a month maximum of Shana. You can't be unrealistic if you're Avatar Legend developer.
You got to throw
month
it.
Is all you're going to get.
You got to give it all. Your first month, because we know how fighting games go. After there's a period when they're gonna die, no matter how good you are or who you are, it's going down.
It's gonna,
And so you need to give it all, and you need to plan. You need to keep feeding people content, costumes, characters. You gotta again build up. You look what 2XK is doing in like the community tournament stuff. You gotta have that down. You gotta have what your plan is, or you say we just want to be a fun fighting game. Cult following, we're not doing tournaments, nothing like that. If somebody wants to do a tournament, cool, thanks. But we're not doing a tour.
No, you do not need to be esports. You don't be doing tours.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you have a cult following. They already got Justin, which is great as the actual ambassador of the game, which is great. You need to have Justin out there. That is their biggest ally of having Justin out in the community pushing this game.
Yeah.
There's no more a friendly face and a friendly person at GC than Justin.
They had,
and they need to be pushing it.
All the bigger streamers of fighting games say this game was good.
That's true.
Over the week.
Yeah.
And you're going head to head with what should be the number one tag game. And you went head to head with them, should have got destroyed. But you come out looking great. Like, hey, we just went, when they announced it, everybody had the same thought, like, oh, it's over for Avatar. Like, I'll give it a day. I'll give it a couple of hours, and then I'm playing Marvel the rest of the time. It was Avatar on the big streamers. And
it was all Avatar.
They were just like, this is a good game. This is a really good game. And the content you were seeing, the combos and all that, all came from Avatar. It didn't come from Marvel. All you seen from Marvel was negativity for the most part. So they got to ride that wave. Don't do another beta. If you do another one, it's over, because they're gonna destroy you.
Yeah,
they're gonna destroy you because their expectations is they're gonna get a totally different game.
Yep.
And it's not going to be that. They want all the characters, and they want
Yep.
to play in the beta, and then do a tournament. Hey, this is the Avatar beta tournament. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the problem. They've got to be the people who play betas, and they're on 24/7,
Yes.
and they expect this to be release level great.
Yes.
They want it to be
Yeah.
launched. If you do a
It's got to
second
be
one,
done.
it needs to be. It's got to be done, and it's not. You're like I said. I'm not trying to knock them when I say they're a smaller developer studio, but they are. So
Yeah.
your expectations need to be realistic. There's a reason you got Justin Long. Be honest, there's a reason. So he can push the game forward.
He can.
I would love, love, love if this game was free to play. By the way, now I know it won't be, but it would be great if it was free to play because now you have a leverage point for people, and people will play it more because it's free to play because they feel you're for the community, you're for the culture. That's one thing. Avatar Legends. If they were free to play, then it becomes the game that's for the culture.
The free to play gives you at least a chance to build a bigger audience faster.
Yep.
But
it does.
I don't
and
see
you
this.
You might get your Sonic Fox out this free.
They're gonna have to charge. They're gonna have to charge for this game because to get their money back, I just don't see.
No, free to play this game.
I don't watch Avatar. I've never really watched. I've seen the show here and there, but I don't know if there's costumes they're gonna be able to do, skins, stuff like that to make people want to spend money, or is it just always just gonna be characters? Now I know they got a ton of characters because they got different kingdoms, basically different powers: the fire, wind, water, and earth. So you got them. You can just keep doing characters, but at some point, people like skins. I guess you can get away with just releasing characters.
Yeah, they can, but I prefer if it is coming out to be a $30 game.
Yeah,
be a $30 game. Build up slowly. Get a cult following. Because they are off to a great. I want this game to succeed because it looks fun, and being a 4-button fighter. That is going to make people want to play.
Yeah.
Because only 4 buttons. That gives people a lower level of entry, a lower barrier of entry, and people will play when it's 4 buttons versus 6 or having all this other stuff. So they need to understand that they need to ride this wave, like you said, Smitty, and do not come out with another baby. Don't overexpose yourself. Come out in 4 months from now. Just put out stuff sporadically, new characters, new costumes, new mechanics or whatever, but come out in 4 months. Build up with Justin as your community ambassador and other things that you're working on, but there's no reason for this game to come out with another beta. No. So yeah, because this is as good as it's gonna get.
Is it?
Unfortunately, this is as good as it's gonna get because people love to nitpick. And say, well, this wasn't as good as the first beta. Oh, they didn't do this. Oh, man, they're slipping on this. So, yeah, they need to just stay in that lane and make sure they come out probably within the first 4 months of 2026 because they need as much goodwill as they can get.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's the good news. Now I'm going to transition us to the next topic.